versed. Now, the other issue of leadership, I think that what is intended from the hadith, or the hadiths which discourage us from seeking leadership, is the scramble for leadership.
Okay.
Well, you want, I want, he wants, they want, and we're going to be fighting over to get to that thing. Everybody's pushing himself, and that way is not a good way. Because in that way, you're going to have to buy out people. You have to make compromises and things, which you will be doing, which are not good, fundamentally not good. Even though you might say, my intention is to get there and do the right thing, but if you have to buy out people and do all these other things, it destroys. The way you got there will determine who you are when you get there. So where one finds an opportunity where people have supported and felt that you are most capable, for you to say, no, I don't want, because I don't want to be seeking leadership. No. If the circumstance dictates, shows that in fact you are the person most capable to handle this, then you should embrace it.
Okay.
You should embrace it. Unless you feel, within yourself a kind of weakness where you feel that if I get there, it's going to corrupt me. I'd prefer not to be in that, situation. Then that is a personal choice, and you have the right to make that choice. But otherwise, if you have some level of self-confidence in that sense, that you could do a good job, then and the people have sought you, have tried to push you forward, then there's no harm in taking the leadership, in that matter. For myself, the leadership, again, was a product of necessity.
Yeah.
If I didn't do it, it wasn't going to get done at that time. Maybe it will be done sometime down the line, but at that time, I needed to do what was necessary to establish the university. And that's how we have progressed. Looking back in retrospect, we didn't, myself and the team that were with me, we didn't have a plan, a clear plan of university operation with all of its departments, etc., which we followed and just put the blocks in place as things, and circumstances arose, etc. We didn't do that. That's not how it was done. It was more metamorphosing into the various departments as the needs arose, and this is that approach. It means that in the end, you will be a bit confused. Your operation will need fixing.
Yeah.
Will need tightening up. That's how we grew. Would I do it another way? Could I have done it the other way? That's another issue. But we recognize the weaknesses which exist now in the university that we're trying to patch now, we're patching up, fixing up here and there. What caused that? It was because of how we grew. And of course, we're now trying to follow the other model, bring systems from existing universities that are effective, etc., and put them in our midst and adapting ourselves to fit that model which has already been established by many other universities in the world. So that's basically where we are now, putting systems in place, filling up all the gaps that exist as a result of our path that we've taken, and still striving for the correct accreditation for the university. We are facing all kinds of challenges because online education in the third world, which is where we operate mostly, is looked down upon. After Axact company in Pakistan, was shown to have been a degree mill selling millions of dollars of degrees, and then that was online. That was they didn't even have an existence, physical existence. They were completely virtual, fake, totally. So that was like a big reminder to a lot of the third world countries. That's what can happen to you
if you go online.
So they have a very negative attitude towards online education. So this is what we are struggling with, what we have to overcome, and that's the struggle of the next decade for us to,
and you're ready for it, Shaykh.
Establish ourselves.
You've been struggling for decades, and it sounds like
world,
you're ready, mashallah.
Yeah. Inshallah, the life has been a struggle. But with the university, of course, we're just entering into our 10th year. And we have been struggling that whole time. But alhamdulillah, this is, Allah created us in kabad, وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي kabad. So He's created us in struggle. And this is the essence of life. And it's that struggle which brings out the best in us. Absolutely. So it's something, though it may not be, pleasant, it's necessary.
Alhamdulillah.
And we embrace that necessity.
Yeah.